and gentlemen, you're listening to another episode of Rogan Radio tonight. We have a very special guest in the studio with us. Not only do we have Jimmy Slinka Wisniewski, not only do we have Todd Captain Earl Beck. Well, today, straight from North Carolina, from via Lumberport, West Virginia, we have, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Chevron.
Put your hands together.
Steve Chevron. He's in the studio with us tonight. That's fantastic. And tonight, one of the big conversations we're going to have, if not the entire conversation, is going to be about Star Wars. But, like we do every single episode, we like to have a quote of the day.
I got a quote of the day for you.
Oh, which reminds me, I better check and see if we have any text from...
You want to hear the quote of the day first?
I would love to hear the quote of the day. I hope you have some round of applause ready for whoever sent this in. I hope it's not Joe Cabigliani.
You got that?
I don't know.
You got that, Jim? Listen, a woman's mind is clearer than a man's. She changes it more often.
See, there you go. See there. Hey,
We'll just do improv here.
Steve Chevron, have you ever heard of Joe Cabigliani? Cabigliano. Did you ever use that as an alias?
Neither pronunciation.
No, nobody has heard of Joe Cabigliano.
Do you remember the time we went down to Myrtle Beach?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And then there was no Joe Cabigliano then, though.
That was 40 years ago, Rogan.
Listen, dude, I'm not that old.
Yeah, you are.
But anyway, how we're going to start this out is because this, like I said, we're coming up on the episode 7, man.
Yeah.
Episode 7.
December 18th.
Not counting all the extracurricular things.
So we've seen extracurricular.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Oh, as far as Battlefront goes. Yeah, I guess. But one thing we're going to talk about tonight, and it's probably going to be an entire episode, it's all going to be based on Star Wars, which, of course, that means an instant mix, and that means an instant mix based upon what we make at the time through soundboards, through sounds we get off the YouTube, through various sounds we want to make on our own right. So you know what? This is our tribute to Star Wars tonight, Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Soundboard. Yeah, I'd almost have to watch the video to appreciate this. Todd, I am your father.
No. I am your daddy.
Spank me.
Who's your daddy?
That's fantastic.
Very fitting.
But listen, one of the things I'm kind of disturbed about with this whole situation is the fact that, man, you know what? Listen, out of all the sound effects on this planet, there's like certain ones. You have the crack of a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Okay? That sound is fantastic.
Rack of a shotgun.
The rack of a shotgun. Yeah. There is just no other sound on the planet. There's no sound like Darth Vader breathing.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know who came up with that. I don't know what the history of that is, but that right there, there's not a person on this planet that's... Listen, that sounds like Darth Vader.
That's Darth Vader
dying.
Oh, I thought that was after he smoked Marlboros.
Just like this podcast. Died.
Did he have oxygen in his nose?
That was Chuck outside.
well, thanks, Jimmy. but listen, that's one of those sounds that, you know what, you can't get past. Everybody on this planet knows that sound, Darth Vader breathing. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? Was it the episode which when they did at movies they had the previews for the, I don't know, it must have been episode 3, or maybe it was.
Oh, when he was turning, when Anakin turned, you know.
No. It was right. Like during the previews, the whole screen would go black. You would have no idea what the next preview was, and all you heard was
this.
All you heard.
That's it.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was nothing on the screen. It was just.
I think it was Phantom Menace, wasn't it?
It may have been, yeah.
Yeah. It was like, holy shit! There's a new Star Wars movie coming out. But one of the things that has me concerned at this point is the fact that they're going to release this thing because we've been waiting for 10 years to watch this. Now there's all kinds of different storylines, and I'm trying to keep myself out of it because I don't want any. I just don't want spoilers. Mm-hmm. I don't want spoilers.
Well, there's way too many questions.
But
and they're releasing only certain amount of there. And if you'll notice, like on the trailers, they're putting out basically the same thing over and over and over.
Maybe one or two little scenes,
seconds. Yeah, so just like this last one. On number 5 with the stormtrooper, and he had that like the baton thing that came out when they were fighting.
How in the world?
Where the hell that come from?
The lightsaber would have went right through that thing.
You would have thought. But one thing that disturbs me is the fact that it's going to be released in Europe on the 16th, because we can't watch it here now. Jimmy, you said you can watch it on the 17th.
That's what the tickets say.
Now, Todd and I, we're not watching it until the 18th. Steve, when are you watching it?
Friday, which is, I think, the 18th.
The 18th, yeah.
The 18th. So what happens? On the 16th, you know this is going to be news. You're going to have to keep yourself off of Facebook. You're going to have to keep yourself from listening to radio, from watching television, from reading the newspaper, because it's going to be everywhere, man.
And you'll spoil it for yourself.
It's going to kill you. It's going to kill you. But what's nice about it is that Jimmy, being the great Star Wars fan that he is, and you've been a Star Wars fan since you've been born, right? What year were you born?
74.
74. So you were 3 years old, 3 years old when the first one came out. Todd and I, we were already driving. Yeah. Well, actually, Steve too. Yeah. The nice thing about it is that Todd's the oldest one in the room right now.
Nah, 6 months.
But you know what Jimmy was doing? He was like saying, "Hey man, we're going to get to New York," and you know, because Jimmy knows that I go to New York every year. Where's a good place to stay? Is the Meadowlands a good place to stay in New York? I was like, well, yeah, if you want a 45-minute drive into the city, that's or if you want to take the subway in and all that, that's fine. Where'd you end up staying, by the way?
The Marriott that you sent.
Yeah, that's a nice one. You'll like that one. You'll like that one. So I was giving
is that the 2-story one, the one you stay at?
Listen, man, I'm not telling you the secrets.
Jeremy and I at work. Jeremy and I we were asking Chuck where he stayed in New York.
No, that wasn't in New York. That was in Newport, Rhode Island.
Yeah, wherever it was. And Chuck's like, yeah, don't worry about it. You'll never be able to afford it.
Listen,
asshole.
Listen, man, that's no lie. Sherry and I, we went up to Newport one year for Christmas, right? And we got this hotel room. The only hotel room, I swear to God, I've ever been into in my life that had 2 floors to it.
Yeah, it did.
Wow,
really? It was a hotel room with 2 floors.
Like
that is no lie. So I was like, fellas, you're not going to listen to this. Well, where'd you stay? I was like, well, don't worry about it because you'll never be able to afford to stay there.
That's exactly what he said.
Man, I miss being married sometimes.
Got yourself all choked up.
So, yeah,
really.
So we were talking about the date.
Yeah, so anyway, so Jimmy's telling me, he's asking me all these questions about where can I stay in New York, all this. And what was the weekend? Because like once again, going back to the entire thing, the premise is you're a big Star Wars geek like we are.
Yeah. We were just trying to make sure that the weekend that we went was clear for both of us. You know, she has stuff at work and blah 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 going on. So yeah, and I'm the one going, come on, you need to make sure it's this date. We need to make sure that's clear. I'm the one specifically saying to her that we need to make sure it's clear, but yet I go ahead and make the plans for, of course, I'm not going to, for that 18th or whatever, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, okay, everything's clear, and I'm getting a good deal on this hotel, and the tickets are non-refundable, so we have to make sure that's the good date and stuff, and and then it probably was maybe a half hour after I made it, I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, am I that stupid?
Now I know why that weekend was free.
Yeah, I'm like, God, no wonder the hotel had open reservations.
So basically what you did was you planned a family vacation in New York around the opening of Star Wars without even knowing it.
Yeah.
So you know what's going to be really nice about it? Well, thank God, though, you have tickets for the 17th.
Yeah, that's right. And I was
by accident.
I was looking and I was like, oh, 8 p.m. on the 17th. What? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good for you.
Well, because if not, Todd and I, we would have been sitting together in the movie theater, sending you pictures, saying, "Oh my God, listen, Luke is really Yoda's love child, who is
you're missing it.
There's a rainbow thing in the Imperial stuff now, and Darth and Yoda had a kid and all that." You'd have been so disappointed, man. You'd have known all about it.
We'd never do it to you, Jimmy. Just like we don't want you to do it to us.
Yeah.
He will see it the day before we.
Listen, I'm turning my phone off.
I'll be going to.
Yeah, I know. So we love you, buddy.
I'll be on the way to New York. I'm like, hey guys, I'm on my way to New York. By the way, so-and-so dies.
By the way, Luke Skywalker is the bad guy.
Listen, man, could you imagine, though, Steve? Listen, you've been watching it as long as we have, and we've had our own theories about it. Can you imagine, though, if it turns out that Luke is actually like, because you see some of the previews in the teasers and stuff like that, where it's like, we're going to carry on. I'm going to carry on what you started or all that, and you see Darth's face. Could you imagine if Luke's actually the bad guy?
Gosh. I can't imagine that,
quite
though.
A twist with the Luke character.
He was so strong against
Yeah,
the
but
Emperor,
they
too.
say the nut doesn't fall far from the tree.
Well, I know it doesn't from your chin.
If you remember, ouch! But you got to remember, Darth Vader wasn't all bad though, because in the end he turn back. You know?
No, he wasn't bad in the beginning.
Yeah,
One of my
good left.
most favorite scenes in any Star Wars flick, and there's been 6 of them now, and Todd can tell you this because there's my most favorite. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Favorite Christmas movie?
Favorite Christmas movie?
I don't know. Probably other Christmas Vacation movie.
Christmas Vacation, Todd?
Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Emmett Otter's.
Emmett Otter. Have you ever seen that? Have you seen that?
Yes.
Jim Henson. Emmett Otter's Jug Band.
Steve, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas Vacation, hands down.
Christmas Vacation. That's fantastic. Mine's Die Hard.
Nice.
It's absolutely Die Hard.
And it is a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie. It is a Christmas movie. Just like my favorite scene, I have 3 favorite scenes in Star Wars. One of them is that scene where they're in the turrets of the Millennium Falcon shooting at the TIE fighters, and
Don't get cocky.
Bing, 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 bing. But you actually see the guns that they're
Yeah,
shooting, and they're like it almost reminds you of something from World War II, which I think a lot of the
Yeah.
inspiration from the movie came from anyway. But you see all that. I love that scene. I also love the scene to where that little the sand person jumps up and stuff after he like shoots
Makes that weird noise.
makes that that little scene. I love that scene. But my most favorite out of all of them, my most favorite, and this even trumps. This even trumps where Carrie Fisher was in that like bikini, that metal bikini.
There's a lot of controversy over that.
Metal Bikini was all right, but I liked her in that white toga because it looked like she didn't have anything, and everything was kind of moving. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is why you would think with this is one thing that brings up a point from my trip with the DMV and terrorism and stuff these days. That you would think that with all the terrorism at the time between the Empire and the Rebellion of Star Wars, that she wouldn't have anything metal because how could Carrie Fisher go into any like her post office through a metal detector with a metal bikini on?
Ma'am,
She's the
could you take
princess.
that off? Ma'am, could you take that off for us?
Place it in the basket.
I'm surprised when you got your driver's license, they didn't bring out that.
I didn't get my driver. Listen, I didn't get my driver's license.
okay.
that's the
I'm
funny part
surprised
about
to
it.
check it. They didn't bring out one of them little balls with the the Darth Vader head that has the needle on it. Wow, 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 wow.
Oh, and then you have that look. I give it a look again. Listen, I just had those cool like majorette boots on though, because those were sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
And now, what's your favorite scene?
my favorite scene. Oh yeah, we didn't get to that. My favorite scene is when Anakin goes crazy, and he goes into like the Jedi Academy. And he just waxes all those little Jedi kids. Just waxes them all. He gets that freaking, how hard would that be to go in there and just wax about 300 little kids with lightsabers and just he chokes them and slams them down. He does it's like I can almost see like a WWE thing where he's body slamming them and he's throwing them against the walls and all that, slicing them up, making like biscuits out of them. Favorite scene.
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Just saying, the guy was on a rampage.
No wonder they didn't give you a driver's license.
No one, and that's what happened. Did you ever see that guy flying after that? Nope.
Nope. But I bet you they found a shitload of little passports laying all over the place. Did they? That lightsaber
guarantee
couldn't
it.
slice through that
You
passport.
know what?
Lightsaber can't
You know what?
hurt.
Who the hell did this? Yoda. Samuel L. Jackson. Who the hell did this? Let's see. We found a passport. I think it was Lord Vader. I think it was Anakin.
Yes.
We found his passport.
I'm sorry about your driver's license.
When we were talking, I know we already did the Star Wars segment too, but what I was thinking about when I looked at the last little teaser trailers, I keep saying, who the heck is the lady that's always talking? Who are you? Always doing that thing.
Yeah, who are
and then of course she said, she was the one that said, no, hope wasn't lost. It was gained today, which kind of means someone probably bites it, but they realize that someone else has the Force or something. Is what I'm thinking. But
Wait a minute, man. She says what now? She says what?
Find that. Pull that up there, sugar.
Is that on the episode 5?
probably on the last trailer.
But what'd she say?
When she goes, who are you? To Rey, and she's like, I'm nobody. But that lady's on a lot of them talking on a lot of these trailers. She's
She's an older woman, you can tell.
It's an
right?
older woman.
So you think it's
asking
Carrie?
about it. No, it doesn't sound like her.
But you know what? When she says hope, the first thing that comes into my mind is number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's
Who
fine.
are
Yeah,
you?
but and then she's also the old lady that starts saying, that hope wasn't lost today; it was gained or whatever.
Let's see if it's. We're going to watch number 5 here. See if this is the one we're talking about.
Who are you?
This one.
I'm no one.
Just the sound of those things. Let me replay that.
Just put that up on the big screen there, sugar.
Listen.
Who are you?
That's not Carrie Fisher.
No.
I'm no one.
But listen, she'll talk more.
I can just watch.
Follow me.
Nothing will stand in our way.
Sounds like Darth.
Show them the dark side.
I don't know your name.
Finn.
Yeah, that was.
Yours.
I'm Ray.
Might need this.
Look at Harrison with his old. He needs a haircut.
Why does
Maybe
every
looks
movie
cool.
have a British accent?
You know what? You're
Somebody
right.
in every movie speaks British.
You're right.
But that old lady talks in like almost all these trailers.
But who's the old lady? We don't really have an
Maybe
old
hell,
lady
it could
in
be
Star
Carrie
Wars.
Fisher as far as
See,
we know.
it must have been the episode before that where she says, hope wasn't lost today; it was gained. Anyway,
Huh. Well,
just another
you know what?
tidbit
You
of
haven't.
speculation.
As Todd's proven, we've seen Carrie.
She's a mess, buddy.
For a fraction of
you seen any interview? Have you seen
Amen,
interviews
brother.
with her?
yeah.
She's a mess. That's,
She's
Listen, let me tell you something.
well nourished.
yeah, she.
You know,
Well,
she's,
she is
she's
that,
a lot of
but
things.
she's just
Even on the drug front. Did she clean herself up?
Supposedly she got into good, I don't want to say shape, but
I'm just
looks
thinking
okay for the
mentally. I'm
film.
just thinking mentally. Her.
She's bizarre. But I
Yeah,
think a lot of
she's
those,
bizarre.
though. I think a lot of the actors, though, because
look
they
at
have
Tom
to.
Cruise.
Look at Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
I think a
Charlie-
lot of them play. They you kind of look at them in a stereotype. Like, say, Tom Cruise, for example. The guy in every single movie that he's in is like a cool dude. He's got
Seems
his
like
demeanor.
down
Because
to
he's an
earth.
actor.
Yeah, like you'd be like, hey, we're buddies.
Yeah, but in reality, he can be a dipshit like, I don't know, Todd.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, you know what? No wonder the guy lives in a mansion by himself because nobody can't see him being around there.
But if you listen to her in interviews, she just the way she talks and everything. It's just.
If Carrie Fisher
30
walked in
years
this house
is done.
right now, if Carrie Fisher walked into this house right now,
First thing she'd say is turn the damn heater on.
oh, listen, it's to keep all the viruses down.
Yeah.
But if she walked in here and said, Captain Earl, I know you think I'm a pig and a drug head,
Yeah,
and that
dude.
I'm out of my mind.
Yeah.
But
Look what I
will,
brought with me.
Yeah.
but will you make mad love to me like Chuck
say-
does Jimmy?
Oh,
What would you say?
I'd say you put them buns on, baby.
I was just going to say that.
You put them buns on your
Let
head.
me
Put
stick
them
it between the
on.
buns, right?
That's right. Put them buns
What's
on your
that?
head, and it's all
On both sets of buttons.
the force will be in you.
The force will be in you. You did not say that. You did not. You did not
Princess
say
Leia.
that.
She's
the
a
force
wreck,
will be
man.
in you.
Find a
Force will be.
force will be
What's wrong
in
with you?
Sorry.
Jeez, Han Solo. No wonder you. That is total madness.
Talk to the hand.
All right, we're back on Rogan Radio, and I tell you, that is just total madness. We're going to have to practice on that a little bit. I would like to hear that. Let's get ready.
Unstoppable.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic. All right, we're all hot again. But one of the big things coming out now is Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and, hey, everybody's clapping for Star Wars. You want to do that? You want to start that over again?
No, that's fine. We're okay. Let me
'Cause
give you
it
a
was a
little
mess.
inspirational Star Wars music.
Star Wars. 10 years
In a galaxy far, far away.
30-some years in the making. Darth Vader.
Dude, I get chills every time I watch
Just to
every
hear that.
trailer. Ridiculous. I'm so
Now listen.
excited.
This is going to be a fantastic movie. An absolutely fantastic movie.
And we haven't even seen it. We know
No,
it's
I'll
going to
tell
be.
you what.
We know it's going to be.
I've seen enough now to know that they're going to get my money. They're going to get lots of my money.
I can tell you what's really cool about it, though, is that the fact of each time, like the first trailer, I loved it. Loved it. Second trailer that just came out not too long ago, the English one, didn't like it.
Oh, I liked it.
I didn't like it at all. It kind of, I was like,
I liked all of them regardless. Some are better
did
than
too.
others, but
I did.
as long as it's Star Wars and the music and I see some ships, I'm like, oh my gosh.
well, I'll tell you what. Now, the one that I truly liked, the best out of all of them. And listen, if there's anybody on this planet, because we'll talk about it here in a minute, if there's anybody on this planet that can bring Star Wars back from the dead, and Star Wars is not dead, but can bring a whole new level of excitement to it. Because like Jeremy,
Yeah.
Jeremy's a young dude. He didn't grow up with Star Wars.
Yeah.
he has no idea that goosebumps, and he doesn't get it,
But
right?
you know what? Jeremy won't even give it a chance.
Well,
Yeah.
he
Come
just-
on, Jeremy.
He probably watched one of the new ones and was like, this is dumb.
Well, you know what?
He said I walked into the room and
I saw
watched it
Jar
for
Jar
like
Binks and
5
it was
minutes.
like, this is stupid.
And to be
That
quite
was-
honest with you, listen, I watched those first 3, and I think they're stupid. You know, I mean, I
Yeah.
like them. I like them,
I
but
like them. There's certain things. I love the saber battles and that, but come on, when you start adding the Jar Jar stuff.
that's what I mean. I mean, at 4, 5, and 6, A New Hope going up to Return of the Jedi. Now we're talking Star Wars. We're
Yeah.
we're not talking. You know, I couldn't even tell you what the first 3. What I don't even couldn't tell you what are the first 3 names.
Phantom Menace,
Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
Okay, and you know what? The problem that I have with the first 3 is that they're all based upon basically watching Anakin grow up.
Yeah.
You had
But it's I think the biggest thing that people got on people's nerves was technology difference. Everything looked
right.
like it was just because you can do that now doesn't mean you should.
right.
You know,
absolutely.
that's
keep
where-
it the same.
Yeah, and that's where JJ's going back to more of the practical stuff. He's
Well,
trying to stay as well. Now, obviously, there's going to be CGI in this movie. There has to be. You can't
Sure.
make a world.
Sure.
But he's trying to stay so true to
But
the
he's-
originals, because a lot of the original they didn't have that CG back. They had
the stuff that I've
practical
seen in the
effects.
trailers, right? The stuff that I've seen in the trailers are exactly the things, as a Star Wars fan, I want to see in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
The first 3, there was nothing in those movies other than the fact that they were Star Wars that I really necessarily wanted to see as
Yeah.
a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's why a lot of Star Wars enthusiasts had problems with it, just like what he did with Star Trek. The problem with Star Trek movies is that you could, other than the Wrath of Khan, they were almost political movies. They were trying to, okay, let's save the whales, let's save the environment, let's do all this stuff. People, when they're watching Star Trek, they want to see people die, they want to see freaking,
They want to
they
see
wanna
the
see
Enterprise out
they
there
want to see
getting the shit
lasers,
kicked
they
out of
want to
it.
see action. And
Yeah.
what he did with those 2 movies,
Great job.
absolutely amazing what he's done as far as the excitement has been with, the whole resurrection of Star Trek.
That's why when they said J.J. Abrams for Star Wars, I said, "Oh, this is going to be good."
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
you can't, unless he. Well, we talked about this. See, the only thing I think some people were worried about was him kind of melding the 2 worlds together. You got Trekkies and you got fanboys. You got
Right. And then,
we didn't want to kind of mix that up.
And what he's doing, especially with this international version, which is what I'm getting to, which is what we're watching now, the international version, which I think it was released maybe in Japan.
Yeah.
There's footage on there that's never been seen on the English teasers or trailers or whatever you want to call them, and it gives a level of excitement that this is what This is what I want in a Star Wars
I'm getting
movie.
chills right now, and I can just hear it in the background.
Yeah,
Just
no,
hear
my-
Phil talking.
Yeah, my son-in-law, David Whiteman, he sent this to me in a text. And in the text, he put something like "You're welcome" or something like that. And I watched that on my 10-minute break at work, and that's when I sent to you and sent to you.
Yeah.
I said, "This is the greatest thing I've ever seen."
This trailer, if anything, is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Just hearing those sounds, dude.
It gives you absolutely everything that you want if it comes to Star Wars. This is, you're seeing
See, old characters, new characters. you see.
JJ is doing a great job with this.
Yeah, that big robot there, that was
Yeah.
all practical.
All of it. Harrison Ford's still looking pretty old.
Yeah.
God
Who cares?
bless him,
He's
though.
still on Solo.
2 things I noticed though, in all the trailers. Haven't seen Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
You just saw her.
No, that wasn't her.
That wasn't her.
No, go back, bro. That was Carrie Fisher standing right there next to R2D2. Can you put it on the big screen so we can all enjoy this?
You're lying.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Sack of turds.
Keep going, Rogan. Put it up on the big one. Come on now.
Wait a minute. You show me where Carrie Fisher's at.
Go back. Go back about.
She is not in this.
Dude, I'm bet you.
I don't even know if I saw R2D2 in this thing.
I didn't say R2D2. I
Yeah,
said
you
Carrie.
did.
Yeah,
You said R2D2.
You said
Carrie
Fisher
Fisher.
next to R2D2.
Man,
What did you say?
what kind of crack are you smoking, dude?
Yeah, no joke. And I haven't
You-
seen Mark Hamill either.
Now, didn't you say that you haven't seen Carrie Fisher in this?
I did not see Carrie Fisher
Yeah,
in
I
this
didn't
trailer.
either.
She's in this trailer.
Uh,
Dude, I'm telling you, go back to about the middle. Just start right
Okay,
there.
we're just gonna start right here.
You put it up there?
Yeah. let's see.
I wish you would, because when I'm right, I want to point it to the big
Gonna
screen.
start when you finished.
Let's see.
I will
We're just gonna go.
okay, there we go.
You're not gonna hear anything real quick here. Let's see. I'm kind of curious.
Ooh. Oh, God.
You show me where Carrie Fisher is.
right,
Never
just-
going to get into
okay,
theories
keep
of what we've seen
watching
so
then.
far. We're watching.
We are watching.
Carrie Fisher. That's not
Dude,
Carrie
those
Fisher.
sounds are
Oh, I tell you what, the
That's
TIE Fighters
why-
special.
Right there.
There she is.
Oh,
It was
she
her.
was in there.
What'd you say?
She looked like that chick off of 007.
Yeah,
She
but what
looked
did you
like-
just
she
say? I
looked-
can't hear what you said. What'd you say? Say it.
Okay, listen, I didn't watch that close.
That's the okay. Listen, that is the only split second that you've seen her in all these trailers.
No, that's a lie again.
no, it isn't.
No, I'm telling you. Everybody.
I haven't even
listen,
seen her talk.
Listen, there's that scene where Han Solo is holding Carrie Fisher. Remember that one? It's like in the second.
Yeah, it was called Empire Strikes Back.
No. No. Do you want me to prove you right again?
Yeah, you can prove me right all day long, dude. I mean, I don't.
Prove
I'm
me
not gonna
wrong.
hurt
You want to prove him right
Listen, she was in probably the second one. All right, listen, I done told both of you is wrong once.
She was in the second one.
Don't make me do it again.
So anyway, the thing
So
is,
anyway, you barely see her though.
Well, yeah, but she's in there. You said she wasn't. So
okay.
you're welcome.
Anyway.
I guess you're right. You paid a lot more attention.
You know who you haven't seen?
Mark Hamill. So here, we've seen the trailers, and we're kind of excited about it. Really excited about it because there's going to be a spin on this to kind of resurrect things, to kind of give it a good because this is part one of a 3-part trilogy,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did you hear that? Is that true? That's
Yeah,
fact?
it's true.
Yeah, they're-
7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9. They're all threesomes, like 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. They were
They're all threesomes.
All threesomes. This will be the next threesome.
I love these sagas, these threesomes.
Give me your. What do you think? What do you think the actual plot's going to be?
Well,
about?
you hear a lot of speculation with Kylo Ren being Luke and all. I don't think that's true. Based off of when you see Kylo Ren without the mask on, he's just sort of this tall, lanky. Just the way he stands
Right.
is identical to the way you see Kylo Ren stand with his mask on. You know what I mean? It's the same. Just the same structure of body.
So
and
when you
everything.
saw
So
him
it's
with
not
his-
Mark Hamill.
When you saw him with his mask off, was it like a behind-the-scenes kind of thing?
No, it's just different parts that pictures and things you've seen.
Okay.
Like they show Kylo Ren without his mask on, and he's like leading with stormtroopers and stuff.
All right, because Chuck and I have talked.
Even
about
look at
this
IMDb;
nauseam.
it shows who Kylo Ren is.
They listen, yeah, a lot of people think that Mark Hamill's going to be the bad guy, but he might be doing that just to throw you off, because that's what we said. He may be. That's what he wants everybody to think, and then when the time comes, they're going to go.
I really think he's going to be like how Chuck said, and he's going to take the Obi-Wan approach.
Yeah,
He's going to alienate himself on some planet somewhere.
Right.
And they're going to come find him once the crap hits the fan. You know.
Right.
What I mean?
Well, then why is he alienating himself on that planet? Because who's he looking after? Right? He's looking
he's
after somebody.
afraid. He's afraid that he doesn't
No,
want tempted
maybe-
to the dark side.
Maybe by chance, because he was the last Jedi, say that he is afraid to be out in public to inspire someone else to use their Jedi powers, so he goes into hiding as to contain the whole Jedi thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Or you know what? Ben Kenobi was hiding in them hills because he was watching after Luke all them years. Well,
Yeah.
maybe Mark Hamill's doing the same thing. And he's looking
Could.
after somebody else, like that little girl there,
Could
Daisy
be.
Ridley.
See, my theory is this.
And
is
then the Empire's coming to get her. And that's why you saw that shit on Tatooine, because I think that's where they're all living. They come down to get her, and he's got it. And then he's going to come out.
See, to my understanding, though, that's not Tatooine. Even though there's a couple scenes in that trailer that show Tatooine, the one that's stuff with the shipwrecks and stuff is that one on the Battlefront game that you get for free,
Yeah.
Jackarak or whatever it's
Yeah.
called, Jazaro. Or,
Now, the cool thing about Battlefront is they said that Battlefront is placed in between Return of the Jedi and this, the new Force Awakens. That's where the game is set in between those two, which I think is really cool that they're doing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, for sure.
I'll play that game just because of the sounds.
Oh my gosh, it is. It's nothing but the sounds. Whoever came up with that stuff is fantastic. Here's my theory, though. Luke Skywalker. It's going to be to me. It's going to be an absolute play on A New Hope, number 4. It's going to be the same thing to start over the franchise again. You're going to have Luke and Leia, or Han and Leia, have 2 kids, just like Luke and Leia were. They were twins. And then Han and Leia are going to have their kids who are going to be twins, right? So then one's going to go dark. One's going to not know she has this special power.
Like Leia.
Yeah, right. Well, hence, and you see in the trailer where she goes up and then Han's kind of explaining to her about everything you've heard about the Force is true. And why would he even explain that? Well, who's he explaining that to? Leia knows, Luke knows. Why would anybody even care?
Well, he's explained it, yeah.
I mean,
Finn in that.
But why would he
girl.
have to, unless they are curious or she has some kind of special
my
power?
big thing that just popped up too that I was thinking is, toward the end of like Return of the Jedi and stuff, we all find out, and Luke told Leia that she has these powers too and everything. So did she just all these years just never learned? Did she go, oh, okay, I have the Force, but I'm not going to learn how to use this, and then just kind of suppressed it?
That's one thing that they've never got into is the fact of Leia ever using her Force
Okay,
powers.
well, when did she technically find out about this? At the end.
I don't know.
At the end of
Toward
Jedi.
the end of
right?
Jedi, yeah.
Okay, well then now, yeah, like
You're
you're
my
saying, there's been
sister.
30 years between then and now, so maybe she did, or maybe she had a kid, like Chuck was saying. Her and Han had a kid, and
So quite possibly what you're saying is that Leia's actually going to have
So
power. She's going to actually...
yeah. Now here's
or
another
they're
thing
going to
too.
pass them on to her
Is
children.
out of all of them, Harrison Ford is the oldest guy. So, and he's always said that he wanted a heroic death. I think Harrison Ford dies in this one, and I think that's why you probably see the girl crying. She realizes her
Probably.
dad's dead. Blah blah blah.
See, I think... Listen, let me tell you something. I think they're all going to die. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think Luke's going to die at the hand of... Oh, but back to my point, real quick. I think Luke and Leia going to have their kids, or Luke and Han are going to have the kids, the twins, just like Leia and Luke were, right?
Yeah.
One's going to be good, one's going to be bad. The son, actually, the son is going to be the new dark guy, Darth Maul, or whatever the hell his name is.
Kylo Ren, right?
Kylo Ren? Okay.
Yeah, Kylo
Back
Ren.
And you're going to have problems because I have the single. Kylo Ren, and it's going to be the same play out. Luke's going to be playing Ben. Darth is going to be played by Kylo Ren, and that's that. You know what I mean? And then Luke's going to end up dying. Luke's going to end up dying from that. He's going to die protecting his niece,
Yeah,
but he's going to die at the hands of his nephew.
I think if anybody's going to die, it's going to be him. Mark
Who?
Hamill.
You think?
But then Han's going to go too?
I
'Cause
think
look,
Han's going to go first.
Maybe.
they might both go. Maybe they'll go back into the Millennium Falcon, and Luke will sit up there. And he'll get his, like, they'll have one of those wheelchair ramps to stick him in that cool cannon on top of the Millennium Falcon.
And he gets stuck, and he can't get out. Now there may be one die on this film, but
They're going to die because they're not going to be in the next movies. They're too old for that, and they want to move on. They want to get rid of this whole Luke and Leia and Han.
I don't know. I mean,
They want to get rid of
but
that.
that is classic Star Wars, though. You know, the
Right.
Luke and Leia. You know, so
But the thing is, they don't look good on camera. If you keep that Skywalker theme, that's the problem. That's one cool thing about Stormtroopers. That's one cool thing about Boba Fett. That's one cool thing about Darth Vader is you can't see him age.
yeah, you can't say
Chewbacca
that.
even. That guy could be 3,000 years old and no one's ever going
Yeah.
to know it because all they have to do is put a little gray in his beard and that's that.
yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, this movie here is going to set everything up for the next two, 8 and 9. You know, and this may be they may all die because they're like, hey, this is their final farewell. See you later.
Well, they just might,
Because
how
Harrison
the,
Ford
I
will be
don't
like
think they'll
90
all
when the
die.
next one comes.
I
out.
think there'll at least one or maybe two, maybe in the next
number
one.
one ended in a ceremony at the end in the big hall thing. All right.
number 4.
Number 4.
Oh.
Right, well, I mean, yeah, right. A New Hope. We'll say episode 4.
Yeah.
Episode 5 ended how?
Empire Strikes Back. How did
In
that
the
end?
space shuttle, in that little spacecraft.
Yeah,
when
him
they-
and
yeah,
Leia
yeah,
standing there
and he's
after he
standing
had
there,
his
and then
hand
you
was
all
off
see
and
him, but
stuff.
they're all together, and as the thing floats away, and they're like looking out that window or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
right? Number, we'll say episode 6 then ends how?
And they're all standing around. They're
With
all
the
The party in
Ewoks.
Ewok Village,
Dun,
yeah.
dun,
And then
dun.
they're looking at the Jedis. They're looking at Anakin. They're looking at Ben. They're looking at Yoda.
Yeah.
Imagine this. Imagine at the end of this one, you see Obi-Wan, you see Darth, Anakin, Yoda, Luke, because he has the Jedi power thing there,
Yeah.
and then maybe Han and Leia live, and they just go back, and that's that, and they just go about their business, and they just go die in a nursing home somewhere. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. And I tell you what's really cool about this is the fact that and if you didn't know this or not, is JJ is so secretive about this script.
Oh, this was an interesting fact, you'll like.
So bad, in fact, that there's a guy who's actually dying of cancer, and this is terrible.
I saw that.
Yeah, and
Something about that?
Yeah, and he wants to see. He's the biggest Star Wars fan on the planet, like we all are. But he wants to see this movie before he dies. The doctors gave him, like in July, 2 months to live. But Mark Hamill's actually on the campaign of actually trying to get to where he can actually see this movie. Now, if you're Disney, do you let this guy watch this movie a month before it comes out?
I don't know, man. I mean, that's nice to do, but just think, even if the guy signs a contract saying, I'm not going to say anything, he could turn around and go, here's everything that happens. I'm dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's the bad part about it.
So Disney's kind of in a really, they've got themselves into a rock and a hard place. Do they do the right thing for this dying wish of this kid?
Right.
Or do they say, hey man, listen,
we got billions of dollars in this, and you know what?
Yeah, we got
you're
a lot
like
love for you and everything.
30,000 of it.
Another question, since you got this up on the screen and it's showing Jango Fett, do you think Boba Fett's going to be in this one? Because supposedly he didn't die in the Sarlacc pit. He was able to rocket out of there.
I think he's going to be in one of these
one of these other movies.
standalones. Yeah, one of these.
They actually announced that, didn't they? They have what's the Red Leader thing?
Red Squadron's going to be.
Red Squadron is going to be, and then they're going to have the Boba Fett movie, and then they're going to go back to the Star Wars thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be one like every year, right?
But like I said, supposedly he rocketed out of the Sarlacc pit, so he could
cool.
possibly be in
He shows up in Battlefront.
But he's going to be freaking 60 years old in the Force Awakens.
Clone, dude.
Yeah. But they still age, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. All they need is new armor.
Well, they do if you watch Star Wars Rebels. Do you watch that?
Yeah, no, I haven't watched that
It's good.
much.
You
You
like
like
that?
it?
Chuck, I told you you'd like that too.
I would like that.
If you're a Star Wars nerd, I'm a Star Wars nerd. I can't.
But the big thing is too is that I don't even remember we got thrown off here a little bit with oh hell shoot, we're talking about the end of the movies and how they're going to. I can't even remember where I was going with that.
Damn sleeping medication. You're on.
What's the end of the movies? You said the end of this movie would be,
Yeah. Well, it's going to be to the fact, I think, and long story short, Luke's going to die.
I think so too. But he'll be the only one to die.
Just because Anakin's died, Obi's died, Yoda's died, they've all died. Hell, was the Emperor, when the Emperor died, did they show his face up there with the rest of them? They didn't show him?
No, because he was truly evil.
But bad thing about this, now let me think about this. Don't you hear the Emperor's voice in the first trailer?
No, that's Mark Hamill's voice.
Yeah.
The second one then? Don't you hear his voice in one of those?
I thought it was Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I think it was Luke Skywalker.
Oh, no bullshit.
The first
You know what I think is weird about there is, look, Obi-Wan still has the light blue/white lightsaber.
Yeah.
And Anakin has the green one, but yet he's still just the learning. He's not the Jedi Master yet.
Well, then
I thought that you weren't the Jedi until you had the green.
Well, you don't
green.
When you make your own.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So that was probably like, here, you can use this for a while.
Now listen, there's one of these where I know I hear the Emperor. We're gonna play this.
The Emperor is dead, bro.
Emperor
this is
gone.
years after.
Well, I
Return of the
understand
Jedi.
that, but there's a thing, and I think it's in this one.
Is this the first
We're
trailer?
gonna play this again, then we're gonna get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go watch some more trailers.
Okay.
Listen. Turn this up a little bit.
There has been an awakening.
It's Kylo Ren, bro.
That's Kylo Ren.
Have you felt it?
Sounds like the guy off Saw.
I know, right?
Whoa. How do you know that's Kylo Ren?
The voice.
Well, how do you know what Kylo Ren sounds like?
Because I've seen enough of these trailers 57,000
Well,
times.
do you ever see Kylo Ren moving his lips?
No!
Then how the hell you know that's Kylo Ren?
Oh, trust me. I was right about Leia, wasn't I? Here's what Chuck don't like.
I don't like the fact that she got on that thing and it looks like she's getting on a prop.
God, he's such a...
Maybe it's not this one. We'll watch the next one next.
Okay.
We're watching trailer number 1, too. We're having this big debate.
Check this
now,
out.
this is what he's got. This like
Watch
little.
Chuck loves that.
Yeah.
It's like it's like one of those batons they whip out.
Yeah.
Because he
Now
maybe...
listen right here. No, it's not there.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is
sorry,
definitely
number
the
2.
first.
And
This
then we're
is the
going
first
to
trailer.
listen. We are ranting.
Do
and ranting
second. You want to go see the second one? That's going to be Mark Hamill.
Gosh, that gives me chills again.
The whole time when they were getting ready talking about this movie, I said, "Is the Millennium Falcon going to be in this flick?"
Okay, now you listen. You're going to hear the Emperor. I'm telling you. There's one of these. Listen. Shh, shh.
All right.
Let's see if this was him.
Everybody be
Maybe.
real quiet out there. 69 million views.
Oh, man.
This is it.
Dude, they already broke all these sales records just in pre-order
my
tickets,
goodness,
dude.
Oh yeah, it's horrid.
See, that's not supposed to be Tatooine right there.
Look at
This is trailer number 2.
Yeah.
Man, the Star Destroyer is so ginormous on this thing.
It's huge.
Is that like a radar dish up here? Okay, right here, listen. That's Mark Hamill.
That's Luke.
That's the only voice you hear in this, right?
No, I don't think. I might be wrong.
I like how they think.
I like how he has like...
He says his father has it.
Is that Luke?
Yeah.
That's Luke. It's got to be Luke right there. Because why else would
That
R2 be
is
there?
Luke's original lightsaber. And they're giving it to Princess Leia. That was Princess Leia's outfit. Such nerds. That was somebody was handing it to Carrie Fisher.
Okay, this isn't it.
Or was it Carrie Fisher handing it to her daughter?
No.
Okay, keep listening. I think there's one of these with the, honest to God, with the Emperor in
No,
it.
I think you're wrong, my brother.
I might be.
Again?
That's
He's pretty
cool looking
badass,
there,
man.
yeah.
These trailers are just enough to where I'm going to call off sick, actually, and watch this movie. I like the fact that they brought the... right here, listen. Nope, not that one. I was kind of disappointed in the fact that when Disney announced their new movies that they didn't announce a new Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones and the Nursing Home Crusades.
Indiana Jones and the bed.
All right, let's give you one more because this almost has to...
Indiana Jones.
Rats. All right, let's see. There's one of these. Honest to goodness, I know what I'm talking about here. Maybe not.
No, it's got to be that Kylo Ren you were
It could have been. It could have been. Is it not the new one? This is the international thing. I don't want to see that. Jones.
There's a third of the
Not
third.
again.
That's so cool.
Not again.
I'm telling you, Luke's going to die, and it's going to be at the hand of his nephew. Now we're watching an advertisement.
I hope you're wrong. I love Luke.
Let's see.
No,
We're going to squash this rebellion. This might be it right here.
No, not if it's going by that.
Luke is all
Okay,
power.
listen.
Oh yeah,
this
this is
one.
it. Listen,
This is it.
look at that. She's going down in that old Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Who are you? Who are you?
Nobody.
I'm Mad Max. Mad Max.
What ship is that though? Can't figure it out.
Was that the Boba Fett ship?
I have to see
The
it
slave one? No.
Mhm.
I have to see it again.
Look at.
It's Finn. See there?
So he was actually a stormtrooper.
Yeah, and he's escaping for some reason, and he found that town. That's Kylo Ren right there.
I will finish what you started.
Okay, so there's definitely a Skywalker connection right there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for
Gosh.
sure I saw one of these videos with, but that's the problem. I'm watching so many of these damn things, and I see fan stuff made, and it.
What are they all doing on the Millennium Falcon? That's what I wonder.
Playing chess with those little like cool 3D things.
The dark side.
See, that guy's a big player too, and they never say anything about him.
Is that
He's-
is that
He's like the next Han Solo kind of guy. I can't remember his name.
Zach or Dak?
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you,
So
whoever Zylo Ren, what's his name?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. He's holding that sword like a samurai, buddy.
It's because he knows how to use it. There
Right here,
she is.
Right here,
again.
listen, right here. Listen. This isn't it. Dang on, I thought there was one that we're going to finish this rebellion once and for all, or something like that.
Maybe. You know, the thing that I did notice too
Hell, it
is
could've
you
been on
see
the
Kylo
Battlefront.
Ren a lot, but remember, there's always two. There's the Sith Lord and the apprentice.
Yeah.
So Kylo Ren's got to be the apprentice because that's the one that's always going out doing everything, and the Sith Lord usually is
Yeah.
like the Emperor sits back. And
Yeah, they don't get
that's-
their hands dirty.
Maybe that's Mark Hamill.
Maybe
Maybe he
Hamill-
trained this guy.
Maybe
and then
he's
he
the
went-
Sith Lord and he's
Hey,
Kylo Ren is his
Maybe,
apprentice. Yeah.
maybe Mark Hamill is the Sith Lord who trains his nephew, going back on my theory, and that's why you don't see Han, Luke, and Leia on the same scene on any of this stuff because
Yeah.
they're pissed off because they stole their son from him.
That's going to be a good movie right there.
I want to see more or less. Listen, when we're going to watch, what is that? Some kind of Spider-Man movie?
Listen, Ryan, what's his name?
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. It's just, I think it's made by Marvel. I
Yeah.
wish I could remember the damn name of it. Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Deadpool.
man.
That's
It's going to be
old
good.
The movie I want to see is
Star Wars.
Ultraman versus
That's
Godzilla.
Stupid.
I want to see
2016.
Star Wars.
That sounds
and
so dumb.
Star Wars is
I want to
all.
play Call of Duty. I want to play Battlefront. I want to watch Star Wars, and then I want to die.
Dude, I'm gonna play Battlefront all the time just to hear, dude. When I played the beta,
Yeah.
dude, I had them headsets turned up, and I mean,
absolutely.
I was loving it just because of the sound and firing those cannons and
Getting inside that little
flying,
slide.
dude. I was like,
I
oh
would,
my
love,
gosh.
I would love to see a documentary on the fact of how they came up with those sounds, or who was the sound guy that came up with the sound of an X-wing, or the sound of a Tie Fighter, or the sound of the laser.
Oh, I'm sure you could find 1,000 videos online.
I would
We
love
could
to
do it
see
right
that.
now.
What
We could stretch this podcast out for another couple of hours.
I'm thinking a couple days.
Okay.
Why don't we just quit calling it Rogan Radio and just start calling it the Star Wars podcast leading up to it?
No, that's exactly what we should do. What headsets are you? Oh, we'll talk about that later. Go ahead. I was looking at headsets today because I'm getting that PS4 and they have, I can't remember, something 400 or something.
Yeah, I have the Turtle Beach ones. The
Yeah, these are
wireless
Turtle
ones.
Beach, but they're wireless. They're $100.
Yeah,
You have wireless? These are
yeah
wireless.
mine were like 130.
I've seen them for $100, and
They say the regular PlayStation brand ones are really good. The ones for 100
Yeah, I
in the
heard
blue
that
box.
too.
I heard they're
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good too.
This is in a blue box,
There's the
but they're made by
PlayStation
Turtle
ones.
Beach. And I thought about getting those. I don't want to drop a freaking 100 bones on them.
No, it comes with a little cheesy one like you might like.
Yeah, like the
But
one
you,
for-
of course, you got to listen to the sound in your TV and not through your headset.
I can't do that.
Listen, I bought
I
you a
turned
cable.
my-
Did I not buy you a cable today?
Yeah, you did. Did
Okay.
you?
I
Did-
told
They
you
said
I was
that
going
get-
to.
Okay.
They said that
No,
sometimes
I'll
those.
use it. I'll use it.
They said you might want to get a Turtle Beach official one because sometimes those ones break, but they're cheap. So
Yeah, well, just the problem is they quit making those damn things because they want you to
Oh.
upgrade. Yeah,
nice.
yeah, I saw that on their website.
Gotcha.
So you did order that?
Yeah, it'll be
So I owe you
Wednesday.
some money.
You don't
Oh,
owe
they're
me
only a couple
money.
bucks.
I know it. Oh, you wink, wink, wink.
You owe me a spank on the ass, boy.
High five, high five, Chuck.
Spank me on my ass again. Give me you too.
Okay.
All right, let's wrap this sucker. It's
All right.
8
Anyway,
o'clock.
you've been listening to Rogan Radio. It's been a long one. This that was a 30-minute segment talking about Star
Damn.
Wars.
Listen, we could do
We could
this
do that
again
forever, though.
and talk another 30 minutes.
Listen, we can
Yeah.
talk about this next week. and
You
then
can
next
stop it
week.
right
Listen,
now.
what
and
we
we'll do
need
it.
the most of all is we need texts and calls in.
That's
Rogan
absolutely right.
Radio's
Let's
number.
get back on topic.
Something we could talk about, man.
I
Come on.
tell everybody, I talk about Rogan Radio. I give them the number. I said, call in.
But they
Hey.
don't like you other than your son-in-law.
Oh, he
Yeah.
does love me.
Listen, and I don't even like you other than your
If
son.
my daughter ever divorces my son-in-law, I will marry him.
Mm,
It's weird, isn't it? You think
Mm.
that was weird, me saying that?
that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
It's a little
Yeah,
weird.
you know what? He actually is pretty. He's a real good guy.
He's an Xbox guy, though. He's not a PlayStation
You know, if
guy.
he's putting
Well,
up
he's
with
not that
you,
good of a guy, then.
he must be pretty
He
good.
doesn't have to put up with me. He just
Anyhow.
comes over every now and then.
Be looking for us on the 25th, or actually, I always say the 25th because I think of it for Christmas. But Thanksgiving's always rotating, so I think
Yeah.
it's on the 26th this year. Be looking for us in Shinston. We're going to be doing some videoing and doing some podcasting, perhaps, and maybe
Turkey
even a
trot.
little bit more for the Turkey Trot in Shinston. We have some T-shirts that we're going to be getting from Steve and KDS Primitive Signs and More on Wednesday. We want to thank Clarksburg Blueprint for making such a fantastic a banner for us. You'll see that down in Shinston, too, on the 26th. And most of all, thanks for listening to Rogan Radio. Be sure, once again, like Jimmy said, give us a call, give us a text, do something. I know we know for a fact a bunch of you, a ton of you, more than we ever thought would be listening at this point in the podcast, are listening actually. So it's not going to take but 1% because that's what all that calls into our radio station, 1%. 681-222-ROGN, and leave us your voicemail, leave us your text message. We'll talk about you on the air. We'll even throw you on the air, and that's that. So once again, be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher. We really appreciate that. And leave a review. And if you want to, don't leave a comment about how great Todd's voice is, because we all know by sitting in the studio listening to him.
I only need one comment. I already got it.
Yeah, well,
David
you know what? I
Wayne
still have
White.
my
Doesn't
challenge.
count. You're related.
I still have my Mariah challenge, so maybe she'll help me out.
I'll say something to her.
You won't have to say
I don't know if
something
she
to her.
listens to the show.
What?
I know David does. He gets right in the
That's
car. and
sad.
goes,
Your own
"Bang."
daughter doesn't listen to your show.
Well,
That's pretty sad.
I mean,
I
she
don't-
does.
I mean, I don't care if Mariah doesn't want to listen to Todd. I get that. But how
Yeah,
can she
I mean,
not
I
want to listen to
understand.
us?
That's
Well,
true.
That's bullshit.
I'll just send her a text anyhow. Just to
I'll
remind her.
send her a text.
When's this going to
Yeah, I'm
go
gonna
up?
send,
That
I'm
was
gonna
a-
send Caitlin a text. I'm gonna send Emily a text. I'm gonna send Nick. I'm gonna
Yeah.
send your mom a text.
What?
I'm gonna send Jesse a text. He's
Huh?
gonna order some shirts too, by the way. I'm gonna
Oh,
send
is
your entire. I'm gonna turn this entire family against you. We're gonna have Thanksgiving. We're gonna have Thanksgiving. We're gonna have those TV dinners, turkeys and gravy on that table in there this year, boy. And you're gonna be left out at home eating
That's-
nothing but
That's
Roman
great.
noodles or whatever you like to eat.
I'll
over
hang
there.
myself.
Ramen noodles.
Whatever you like to eat. Anyway, you're listening to Rogan Radio, and thanks once again. Any last words? I
Yeah.
kind
Nope.
of ended that late. Out.